It is also possible for when order is really important to use a custom partitioning strategy. In this example, I've taken the topic user and I have used a partitioning strategy where IDs 1 through 9 go into partition 0, IDs 10 through 19 go into partition 1, and IDs 20 through 29 go into the last partition. This is just an example, but it's also important to understand that what I've done here using this partitioning strategy is that I've fundamentally limited us to only IDs 1 through 29. And so the idea is that if I wanted to add more ranges, I would have to add more partitions. Another important factor when coming up with a partitioning strategy is noting that Kafka really isn't meant, or at least in my experience, doesn't function well after about 1,000 partitions. And so that's generally how you want to divide up your data. Note though, that in that case, where you're getting into a high number of partitions, it's also possible to just start up another topic to use other ranges. The important part is noting that when it comes to using a partition strategy, it's on the producer of the event to know what that partitioning strategy is. The way this works is you implement a keying algorithm that looks at the information and says, oh, the key is 1, you go in partition 0. Oh, the key is 20, you go in partition 2. So this is the way to override that default round-robin behavior to ensure that the exact events based off of the given key are going to be in the partition that you're expecting. And the primary reason for doing this is that when the order across partition matters and that you're trying to break up the parallel processing of events into logical groups. For example, this user ID strategy is actually what LinkedIn uses for processing user events, so that it's able to process large numbers of events all in parallel, obviously using more clusters and using more topics and partitions, but the idea is that you have a theoretically infinite amount of ways you can break up data processing by either using a combination of partitioning strategy and topics, or just being able to break up an individual topic into partitions that fit your data needs.